Okay, what's up guys, welcome back to the Wanxii channel, and this is a little series that I'm going to be starting solo. So we normally do the Wanxii podcast, and I want to do one of those every week. I think one of those every week. It probably won't happen, let's be honest. I mean, normally my scheduling never turns out right, so don't expect one of those every single week. I mean, it probably won't happen. But regardless, I want to start my own series on here because sure, having one video a week is okay, but I want to kind of expand it a little bit more by having my own personal series. And I told Manxii he can make one of his own as well if he was actually creative enough to do so, which he's probably not. So don't expect that either. Okay, no, but I've been watching a lot of Leafy's here recently, all these older videos, like storytime videos, and I've been really inspired, and I want to do one of my own. So I actually was thinking about what stories I could actually tell in a series, and it turns out I do have a few stories that are actually somewhat interesting for me to tell, that won't make me just go, okay, yeah, great, you ate a cheeseburger on Tuesday night, that's really cool, Wolfie, wow. Although when I run out of ideas, it might just get to that point anyway. But no, today's story is about when I think I was 6 or 7 years old, and I went to Orlando, and I went to Nickelodeon World. And I almost, well, I lost my parents, and my parents lost me. Okay, so I was a young little Wolfie, right? A young little cub, you might say. I was 6 or 7 years old. I went abroad for the first time that I could actually remember. I think the only time I went abroad before that was, I know I went to Greece, and I went to Egypt, but I went to Egypt like when I was 1 or something stupid like that. I've been to Egypt and Greece before this, but I do not remember anything about it. Oh, and the Dominican Republic, goddamn. I went to Orlando when I was about 6 or 7, and I was being treated basically because we were going to go to Disney World, we was going to go to Universal Studios, and we were going to go to Nickelodeon World. Now, goddamn, let it be said, I was the biggest SpongeBob fan in the entire world, okay? Like, literally, there was no other person on this entire planet that was a bigger SpongeBob fan than me. Trust me, mark my words, I was the biggest. That's it, end of story, I was the biggest. Bye-bye. Because basically I'd buy them, well, I say I'd buy, my parents would buy me the magazine every single time it came out. I'd make submissions, I'd write stories about SpongeBob, I'd write comics. My comics got featured in the SpongeBob magazine. I'd watch each and every new episode as they come out. And basically the only cartoon I watched at that age was SpongeBob. Literally nothing else, dude. Just SpongeBob. Switch Nickelodeon on, Nicktoons, SpongeBob. If SpongeBob wasn't on, then something's wrong, okay? Oh my god, I was amazing at drawing SpongeBob. Jesus Christ. What happened to my artistic skill? Wolfie, you never had artistic skill in the first place. Shut the fuck up. So we went to Nickelodeon, we got to America, we got to Orlando, and we got our hotel. The first few days we went to Disney World, the next few days we went to Universal Studios, and the last few days we were there, we went to Nickelodeon World. I met the real SpongeBob, yes, the real one. Kinda looks like a dude wearing a costume, but I don't know, I guess that's just what SpongeBob looks like, I guess. This is the part where it gets interesting. So I'm enjoying myself, right? We're having a fantastic time. Me, my mum, and my dad. We're having an amazing time. We just went for something to eat. I think we had like a Krabby Patty in quotation marks. And oh my god, I was like, oh my god, I'm trying a real Krabby Patty. This is fucking amazing, dude. And then after having that, we went to the merchandise kind of store. And we walked in there, and it's basically a store dedicated to SpongeBob merchandise. And I remember going in there, I remember like the layout of it and everything, and I was able to pick one thing out of the shop. I don't know why I was limited to only one thing, but I don't know, I didn't know what it was like to be tight when I was 6 or 7 years old. So I went in there, and I saw a SpongeBob snow globe. At the time, I loved snow globes, dude. I just loved shaking them around. My grandma had a collection of them. I mean, she has like, I think she still has them. She has like a shelf full of snow globes, and all I do is just go upstairs, go to that shelf, and shake them around, dude. I just like, oh my god, this is literally amazing. So I saw this SpongeBob snow globe. It's actually really big. It's not like one of those tiny little ones that you get. It was actually the size of my fecking head at the time, dude. It was the size of my head. So I asked my mum for that, and it was actually a really expensive snow globe. It was like $30 for a snow globe. That's expensive for one of those. And my mum and my dad just kind of went to go buy that. And I don't remember exactly why, but I started to walk outside the shop. And I walk outside. I guess I don't like walk around outside, I just kind of wait outside the door, right? I looked in the distance and I saw a blonde-haired woman. The back of that blonde-haired woman's head looked exactly like my mum's did, like genuinely so much like my mum's. So at that point I started freaking out, and I started running towards this blonde-haired lady. I was pushing past everybody in my way. They were all really big. I was like, oh my god, am I actually going to be able to get to my, in quotation marks, mum? So I keep running, I'm pushing past everybody saying, excuse me, and then I actually get there. But no, I grabbed her hand, and then I looked up to see if it really was my mum. And spoiler alert, it wasn't. In fact, it was far from it. She had a huge nose, right? Her face structure was completely different, and it was definitely not my mum. And you should have seen the face she was pulling, dude. She looked so disgusted, like some kind of rat just came and grabbed onto her arm. She just walked off into the distance, into the sunset. It wasn't really like sunset though. This was like lunchtime. There was no sunset at that time. That would be a bit weird. So at that point, I'm in the middle of a really crowded environment, and I really can't see what's going on. At that point, I didn't have a phone, obviously. I was like 6 or 7. A lot of kids at that age, at that time, did have a mobile phone. So feel privileged if you do. If you did, I mean. Because I definitely didn't. So if I was just stuck without any help, I have no idea what I would have done, dude. But basically I hear a cry in the distance. A faint cry in the distance. Brandon. Brandon. And I look into the distance and I see my mum and I start running. I run really fast, pushing past everybody in my way, kicking them down, shooting them in the foot so that they would collapse. Okay, maybe not. But I was pushing past everybody, right? And I found my mum outside the Nickelodeon store. And let's just say, after that, she would not let go of my hand. She did not trust me on my own, ever. To this day, she's still holding my hand. Not really. But yeah, that's the story of how I pretty much lost my mum and dad in Nickelodeon world. So yeah, if you want to see more kind of story videos from me, I do have a few more. A bit more edgier ones, right? A bit more updated ones than when I was 6 or 7. And if you want to hear those, as well as obviously the Wanxii podcast every week, then make sure to leave a like so I know you like them. I'll talk to Steven, see if he wants to do his own solo kind of videos. If not, then that's fine. Let's strive for 2 likes. I know it's a big goal to reach, but I think 2 likes would be really great. And yeah. Don't do drugs. Remember to wear your seatbelt. Eat your vegetables. And peace.